The Tower of Terror is my biggest LEGO creation yet, so I thought I'd show you guys how I built it, mostly the whole process, and it's pretty much the same process I used to build all the rides. So basically, I start with a lot of research and just kind of looking at the layout of the Tower of Terror, where everything is, and some techniques they used for different ride scenes or the ride itself. I also looked at a lot of pictures and videos as I was going to make sure I got the details right. So first I found the very center in the bottom, which for the Tower of Terror was the exit when you first get off of the elevator, and then the rest of the exit. So that's where I started, right in the middle of the table, and I continued building more of the exit, the gift shop, because that's all on the very bottom. So by this point I basically had the whole exit complete. And by then I could basically start building up. So I started building the edges. Since the whole line and everything up front had to be above the exit at the bottom, I decided I'd put the Twilight Zone and the fifth dimension, all of that, at the bottom to make it look a little cooler. Then I started working more on the line on top and just building up more. So I started building the lobby, and then I was getting the back of the tower, getting kind of the outlines of the tower all set in. And then it was to the point where I had to start building some of the ride, the very bottom of it. So I did a lot of experimenting, and I came up with this to have it push it through, and basically you would get off the exit at the exit doors, and then the cart would continue to be pushed back through to the entrance. After that, I worked a little more on the library, where you see the pre-show, and completed the lobby. I started building some of the front tower, because none of the ride or line is actually in that. And then I started working on the boiler room, the final part of the line. And I completed the library. Then I finished up the boiler room, and I included the doors that could open up to get on the ride. And then I just had to build up the tower and finish the ride. I added a bunch of the plants and landscape. Then I finished the first ride scene, and this uses the Pepper's Ghost effect. So basically what this is using some glass. So I just used a glass wall piece, and then the Lego figures were on the other side there, and it's just the glass is just at an angle, so then when light hits it, it makes them appear in the glass and kind of looking like ghosts. And with all the extra space in the back that I wasn't using, I started building some Twilight Zone episodes. Then I was building it up and working on the fifth dimension ride scene. And I was building the tower up. So by this point I had the fifth dimension scene finished, and the cart could slide through basically using the same technique I used for it to slide through at the bottom, and I just connected them so that while it was moving one through one end, it would reset the other. Then I was finishing up the back of the tower, and then I just had to build the main tower. And I had a bunch of doors in there that could slide open. I started including the Hollywood Tower Hotel sign. And then I just had to finish building the top of the tower, which included the gears to move the elevator up and down. And I had an elevator on the opposite side as a counterweight so that they could both go at the same time. And then you can see them on the outside when the doors are open. So to actually build the elevator though, I used these tank chain link pieces, and they both just kind of rest on those Technic pieces on both sides, so then they can just slide off of that, and they're angled in the right spot just directly above the elevator. And this is this elevator without the cart in it, but to get it to go really smooth, I left little gaps on each side of the cart, the elevator, and then I just have those Technic pieces on the side so that it runs right down it. And after that, all I had to do was finish the top of the tower and some other details. So I also had a lot of monster fighters moonstones around. So there's the vampire moonstone in the lobby, the mummy moonstone in the library, and in the boiler room is the werewolf moonstone. It's pretty hard to see. The ghost moonstone in the fifth dimension scene, the swamp moonstone with the ghosts in the elevator because they were the same color, and the lightning moonstone just at this top window. So that's a bit about how I built the Lego Tower of Terror. I hope you enjoyed watching that video. If you did, be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss new videos, and check out other videos I've got of Disneyland or Disney World rides built in Lego. Thanks for watching.